Today we are grabbing some budget-friendly Dollar Tree items and turning them into stunning pieces you'll actually want to show off in your home. Please hit that thumbs up button and let's get on into crafting. Alright, if you can find any of these in your Dollar Tree, be sure to pick up a couple and keep them in your crafting stash because I feel like there are so many possibilities where you can put these to good use. I picked up 3 of them so I could stack 2 of them together and then leave one as is. Now these kind of have a concave surface, so they do dent in a little bit, so I needed to fill that in so I could attach 2 of these together. And the smartest thing that I could think of, because the tower blocks are too long to really attach these good, was to just put some wooden beads in here. So I just have a scrap pile of wooden beads. I had some that I cut in half for a different project, so this worked perfect, but you seriously could stuff anything in here that you would like to. I'm just wanting to create a taller elevation so that these will set all nestled together and look really pretty. I love these baskets that Dollar Tree's putting out. They're putting out different ones every year in different colors and sizes and shapes, so they're really fun to use. I just hot glued the basket right on top, put a styrofoam ball in there so that my succulents wouldn't sink to the bottom, and then just started filling this in. It's that time of year where I start bringing in all of the greenery and as many plants as possible, so I feel like this is a really fun way to add in that greenery. It's perfect for spring and summer, but doesn't take a lot of maintenance. I love working with the Dollar Tree picture frames, and whenever I can find a square one, I feel like that is such a score. It just mixes it up from using a rectangular shaped frame on so many projects. So one of my favorite things to do is remove the backing, go ahead and hot glue the glass in place, and then so many ways you can dress this up. I thought it was fun to use a Dollar Tree stencil and stencil on a little leaf, and then to really make this pop, I do go over it with some black paint. That's really going to make it show up because I never can get a Sharpie to look as good as real paint. You can use a paint marker, but sometimes whenever I don't have a fresh paint marker, I just go ahead and paint that on there. I added a few little dots. And then to add a splash of color, I am going to be pouring some paint behind it. You don't have to use this much paint. I just liked how it looked all puddled up. I love these 3 colors together, the mineral color, the more silver color, and then this moss green, and I feel like it looks so cool, but they were just circles, so to make them look a little bit more like one piece, I did brush over the back with a little bit of white paint. I feel like this adds so much dimension and looks so cool. You could add a rope hanger to these or just display them right on the shelf. These are one of my favorite jars that Dollar Tree has out. I always grab them. They're perfect for solar light projects, as well as actually storing your flour and sugar and little pantry items in here. But to make a fun little terrarium or little succulent planter, I took a piece of rope and just cut it down to size, glued it to the mouth of this jar, and then put in whatever you want to. I decided to go with some little rocks as well as a green succulent, but I feel like just little pieces like this is perfect for tier trays, little side tables, coffee tables. It looks like something that you would purchase from like the at-home store. I've got tons of little succulents from in there, and they're always in fun little containers, but you're just spending a couple of bucks and maybe like 5 minutes. Alright, for the next one, all you need is 3 candle holders just like this, and this would actually work for any holiday or event, an occasion, anything that you need to throw together just a 5-minute project for. I love to keep these on hand because one of my favorite things in the new house, having this space, is to set up the girls a really fun tablescape. We have been celebrating all of the holidays hardcore, and one of my favorite things is decorating the dining table and just coming together. We always have family dinners, but just going above and beyond and making it extra special, just lighting a candle in the middle of the table just changes the mood. It makes everyone so happy. They always fight over who gets to blow out the candles, but other than that, we have a really fun time. So for these, I wanted to create a few Easter candlestick holders, so I just painted them in some pastel colors, and then they were pretty plain, so I just made some mini little rings with these wooden beads to throw around the top, and I feel like it really elevates it. I can decorate with it until I want to put it to good use. Alright, the last couple of years Dollar Tree has been putting out these larger ice buckets, and I hope they keep bringing them back because so many things you can do with these. First up, I am mixing some spackling with some water just to water it down a little bit, and I'll be able to apply it to the bucket. Now, I always forget this until I get started, but spackling doesn't like shiny surfaces, so I do go ahead and give this a coat of white chalk paint. It makes it really matte, it holds to the shiny well, and just creates like a primer coat so that I can go in with my spackling. I just like using my fingers rather than any kind of special tool to get the texture. I just like it going in one direction all the way around this tub, let it completely dry, and then start painting it. This Steel color by Waverly Chalk Paints is the perfect medium color just to go ahead and get in there and give it a base coat. The Elephant color is a lot darker, so I feel like it's hard to add like the speckles to it. So I love how much of a medium tone this is. But the only thing about painting this is the spackling does want to soak up a ton of paint. So I just go ahead and I just purchase the big ones. I have a ton of paint on hand and I don't try to be careful with it. Just go ahead and completely coat this. You do want to paint a couple of inches on the inside, and then going in with my favorite Rust-Oleum stone color paint, I do just want to speckle this. This helps it go so much further if you take the time to paint it with a base coat and you're not having to try to cover the entire container. But how gorgeous and high-end does this look? I want to apply this technique to absolutely everything in my home. If you cannot find the ice buckets, this is an amazing hack to grab the Easter buckets from Dollar Tree. All you have to do is remove the handle. Pretty easy to do. You can cut away those little tabs at the side, but I decided to leave them so I didn't risk cracking this or breaking it or anything. But I go ahead and give it a nice base coat of white spray paint, and then coming in with the texture, just spray it on the edges. I do grab this at Walmart. It is expensive. I think it's even went up since that little clip. But I just make it last so long. Always keep your receipt though, because I have noticed that a lot of cans that I've purchased, after you spray them a few times, they get clogged up and the can is useless. So keep your receipt so that you can exchange it if the can does want to malfunction. And while we are dressing up these pots, I have this older pot that I have. It has the speckle finish and I love it. I should have kept it as is and found another one, but this is all I had on hand. So I am sharing with you all how to take some scrap fabric that you have and to dress up a fun pot. I feel like this kind of cozies it up if you want to create like a house plant in here. You can make it match any room, put your color fabric on there. And I'm always finding like really good fabric on clearance at the craft stores. So even if it's not Dollar Tree fabric, but all I'm doing is mixing Mod Podge with water. You don't want to get it too runny because you do want this to kind of stay on the pot, but just dipping your fabric strips down in this mixture and then applying it to the edge of the pot. You just fold one end over the top and then bring it on the bottom. You can cut away the extra or just push it down, but I feel like this is such a fun way to add pops of color and just makes it warm it up and makes it more cozy. If you are needing greenery, I feel like Dollar Tree has it going on this year. Every trip that I have made for the last month, I am finding a ton of greenery. So definitely check your stores. You might have to look around for it. Sometimes they have it in the front. Sometimes it's with the seasonal decor, and sometimes it's in the back crafting supplies. So definitely check your store, but I feel like they have out some great options. Alright, so I found these little books or little blocks, whichever you want to call it, but they stack up really nice. I think they're really cute. You could paint over them, you could write whatever you wanted on here, but I thought these were cute as is. I do hot glue them together. I know everyone wouldn't love that. You could just tie them together, but I want to be able to keep these as one piece and always have them setting how I want them to without them shifting around. But I do have young kids, so nothing is safe in my house, and I just picked out one of these cute little birds, which you can find birds at all the craft stores if you can't find them at Dollar Tree. And I thought this pink coordinated really perfectly, but a couple of minutes put this together and it's going to be the perfect spring colors. Alright, if you've watched my channel any at all, you know that I love looking for Dollar Tree containers that look really fun and in like seasonal shapes and different containers that you can melt candles down in. Now, I don't ever burn a lot of these candles. I just make them for decor purposes only, but you can add essential oils in there or certain candle oils if you want to look that up. But I just melted down some candles. I always boil an old pot with some water in it on my stove, but I recently purchased an electric burner for my craft room, so I want to test that out to see if I don't have to run downstairs to melt these down. But I melt down several different colors. I love coordinating the candles with the container. I feel like it's so nice. These make great gift ideas or just decor to really brighten up your space. And I tied these with a bow to be super cute, but like I mentioned, these would be a cute gift. You could gift these for Mother's Day or just anybody's birthday that is in springtime. But how cute did these turn out? If you know what this blue design is called, will you leave that down in the comments below? Because me and my daughter, we kind of made it a running joke. We have been out shopping the last couple of times, and this is all we're seeing is this blue pattern like on everything. We've been seeing quilts and clothes and dishes, and she was like just making a joke about matching everything. But I felt like these were really cute from Dollar Tree. It's something that I would like remember my grandma having this blue pattern on her dishes. So let me know in the comments down below what that pattern is called, because I've tried to look it up and I don't even know where to start calling it that. But for these, I just poured some white candles in there and put the lids back on. But these turned out fun as well. Alright, thank you all so much for checking out today's video. Please leave me a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments down below what type of content do you want to see next, because I'm getting so excited to ramp up some more content. Make sure you are subscribed, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy crafting. Bye.